Boy, did we have some fireworks today, man, in that Atlanta Dream and Toronto Tempo game as ex-teammates clash. Man, we was treated to a good game between the Atlanta Dream and the Toronto Tempo as the Atlanta Dream took down the Toronto Tempo 102-77. And we had ex-teammates in there clashing between Angel Reese and Isabel Harrison. Now, they was going back and forth the whole game. And Angel Reese was in foul trouble. And it was to a point where at one point, Isabel Harrison got a technical foul for just hog tying and just pulling Angel Reese down to the ground. And you know, things got chippy, man. They was going back and forth, man. And we got treated to some excitement early in the first half. As Angel Reese, she struggled in the first half, but in that second half, it was the Toronto takeover. She completely took over in the second half, man. And her and Isabel Harrison, boy, they was jawing at each other, man. And it got to a point, things got chippy, man. Things got real chippy. And, you know, we was treated to a delight, man. But ex-teammates clash. Isabel Harrison, she didn't back down. Angel Reese didn't back down. And like I said, man, things got chippy. And we was just treated to some good basketball on this Sunday between the Atlanta Dream and the Toronto Tempo. And we're going to break it down right after this.
What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. Let's get it. I'm simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Okay. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah. Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo. Pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic. Man, I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Well, guys, you know, I got something to say, man. And once again, man, the Atlanta Dream, man, came out the gates against the Toronto Tempo. It came out flat, man. First quarter, man, Toronto Tempo outscored the Atlanta Dream 25-13. It seems like, man, they get off to these slow starts. I said it's a lot of things that Atlanta needs to clean up. And then Atlanta did own that second quarter, man. Atlanta, you know, they dominated that second quarter 34-14. And actually coming out of out of halftime, you know, they won that third quarter 23-20, and then they just completely dominated in the fourth quarter, man. Kudos to Angel Reese, man, because she struggled early. She was struggling bad early from out the gate. She was in foul trouble. She was 1 of 8 from field goals. And, you know, in that second half, Angel Reese, she turned it all around, man. She dominated. She totally took over in Toronto in that second half, and she powered the Atlanta Dream to a nice victory against the Toronto Tempo, 102-77. That's on a bounce-back game after the New York Liberty put belt to ass on them. And the thing about it is they responded well. The defense was on point in the second half. After that first quarter, they knuckled down and buckled down, and they put the seatbelt strap on. They started playing defense. They started getting stops. They started getting out in transition. But like I told you guys, man, the Atlanta Dream, man, with the three balls, man, they shoot too many three balls for me, man. Atlanta Dream as a whole today, they shot 36 three-pointers, man. And they got to cut that down. They shot 14-36. They shot 39% from three. That's a good percentage from the three ball. But they shot too many three balls, man. And early in the game, they couldn't get a three ball to go down. and they kept on settling. And we saw what happens, man, when you settle for threes, man. That just gets teams back in the game because you don't make shots. But they started getting out in transition. Shout out to Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray, she was efficient today, 8 of 14 from the field. She had 26 points, but she did tremendously well. Once again, Ryan Howard, she bounced back with 24 points. She shot 11 threes, man. They got to cut down on them threes, man. But this was all about Angel Reese in the second half, man. Angel Reese completely took over, man. She was a dominant force on the glass. Once again, 17 rebounds, 11 on the offensive glass. And you got to look at in that third quarter, fourth quarter, she started getting back-to-back and ones. Started getting the ball, going to the cup, getting rebounds, going back up, getting fouled, putting the ball in the cup. And she completely dominated and took over. Yeah, Angel Reese was in foul trouble for majority of the game. And that's solely because her and Isabel Harrison, the ex-teammate, they going at it. I know they got some, unsettled business. You know how things, happen when, at the end of the Chicago Sky season where Isabel Harrison and had that little, press conference, man. They was talking about things that was going on in the locker room and different things, man. So, that is spewing over, and her and Angel Reese, man, they went at it. But it seems like it was all in friendly battle. They was out there competing, but things did get chippy. You saw in the footage, man, Isabel Harrison smacking the ball down on Angel, smacking her arm. Then, the play that she wrestled Angel to the ground, just like choked her in the neck and pulled her to the ground. But this was all about keeping your composure. And like I said, man, the Atlanta Dream, man, they got to fix up some things, man, to be a championship-worthy contender, man. Right there, they on the brink of it. But, the inconsistency at the point guard in Jordan Canada, man. Once again today, Jordan Canada, she basically stunk it up. She had 5 points. She did hit a 3-ball late when it didn't matter when Atlanta was up 12. But through the course of the game, she wasn't getting up, but she did find a way to contribute with 9 assists. So, it's some things that the Atlanta Dream got to clean up, man. It's still early in the season. We got a lot of time left, a lot of games left. But in this situation, man, let's take a look at the box scores, man. You look at Naz Hillman, 32 minutes, 9 points. You look at Angel Reese, she had 27 minutes. Majority of her time, she was in foul trouble. You got to play smarter. You can't get into it back and forth where, it's going to be persuasive, where the ref's going to make calls. She did have 15 points. She was 6 of 19 from the field. Like I said, she struggled early because she was 1 of 11 at one point. She didn't shoot no three-pointers. She went to the foul line 6 times. She did convert 50%. But she had 17 big rebounds, man, and they was extra possessions because she had 11 on the offensive end. Once again, she had 2 turnovers, 1 assist. Then Alicia Gray, 35 minutes, 26 big points, 5 of 9 from three-point range. And then Jordan Canada, once again, 28 points. 28 minutes, I'm sorry. She only had 5 points, right? And the crazy thing about it is 8 shots, 2 of 8, 1 of 3 from three-point range. She didn't get to the foul line. She needs to get to the foul line. Then you look at Ryan Howard, 38 minutes, 24 points. 9 of 18 from the field, but she did take 11 three-pointers. They got to cut down on them three-point shots. And then Cone off the bench, 2 minutes, no points. Tahina Powell, 6 points. Nobody else gave them no points off the bench, but Isabel Borses, right? 17 big points off the bench. That's what you need off your bench. People to come in. Medina Okot, 6 minutes. She didn't have no points, but Borses, man, she lit it up, man. 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. So once again, man, and then kudos to the Toronto Tempo, man. Isabel Harrison, she had a good game, 17 points in 19 minutes. You know what I'm saying? She had 3 rebounds. Laura Justisette, she had 5 points. Brittany Sykes, slim, 11 points. Marina Mabry, 9 points. And Julie Allman, she had 13 points. They did have Maria Cone off the bench with 12. And then once again, Kia Nurse, stunk it up like she stunk it up with Chicago last year. She came off the bench, only had 3 points. So, you know, Timmy Fagbene, she had 7 points. So actually, you know, they had 22 points off the bench. But at the same time, man, you know, Angel Reese took over in the second half, man. Kudos to Angel Reese and Atlanta Dream for holding this one off and putting their victory in their record off to 9-4, you know, 5-2 away, you know, so they did themselves well, but like I said, there's still things that, you know, they have to clean up, man. Right now, something's missing, but I think they'll figure it out. They got to get more consistency with the point guard position. But other than that, man, kudos to the Atlanta Dream, man, for doing big things, man. Went into Toronto. Angel Reese took over in the second half, man, and powered this team to another victory, 102-77, where she was pure dominant in the second half. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about today's video. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.